back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to explain why it's so easy to start a successful clothing brand in 2023. I'm going to go over the pros and cons in starting a clothing brand, and hopefully after this video, you can maybe start your clothing brand or even quit. What did Steve Jobs say? He said, sometimes quitting is way better than pursuing something that was never meant to work out. It was either Steve Jobs or Abraham Lincoln or somebody, but so boom. The main reason why it's so easy to start a successful clothing brand in 2020. The reason why it's so easy to start a clothing brand in 2023 is because of resources. There's so many resources available now, and if anybody wants to start a brand, they could just look on TikTok or YouTube and hundreds of views and videos will pop up. You see, back in my day when I started my clothing brand, I didn't have that many resources, and maybe there was a couple of videos here and there, but most of the research I had to do by myself. So there's two different types of resources. The first one is free resources, which are videos on YouTube and TikTok, and like the video like this, the one I'm recording right now. And there's also paid resources, which are resources like the Brand EDU Academy, mentorship, etc. I'm going to start off by saying that you could get a successful clothing brand with either routes. If you don't want to spend money, that's completely fine. You can go the free route. If you want to spend money, that's also completely fine. However, you have to understand that nobody in life is going to give genuine, valuable information for free. So if you're walking down the street and somebody offers to give you free food, it's probably going to be some mid food or just some regular food. Nobody's going to give out Michelin star type food for free. It's pretty much the same concept with resources and knowledge. So either way, you can get a successful clothing brand, but the difference is how long it will take. And the only way I know this is because I've experienced both routes. When I first started my clothing brand, like I said earlier, I didn't have money, but there weren't resources that I could spend money on. Like there was no academy like I have. There's no ebook, like there's nothing. So I had to learn everything by myself. So I was technically forced to go to the free route. But right now, I literally have an academy where I compiled all the resources and knowledge I've gathered throughout my whole clothing brand career, and people are now paying for it. And I'm not trying to sell my academy. This can go for any other resource list, mentorship program, whatever somebody else is doing, but I'm not in those programs, so I don't know how effective they are, but I do own the academy and I do understand that it's very effective. So I'm just going to refer to my academy throughout the whole entire video for paid resources. But the point I'm trying to make is because there's so many paid and free resources, it's pretty much impossible for you to not have a successful clothing brand unless you're just lazy. But realistically, like $50 a month is not that much money, and you could get so much further than everybody else just by investing $50, for example. And again, I'm not trying to promote my academy, but there's no one else doing an academy like this, so I can't base it off them. Like I could only base it off my own academy. Like to give an example, if somebody is selling a manufacturer's list for $30, and you might think that's a lot, but if you really look at it as an investment, by the way, don't buy a manufacturer's list from anybody, that's stupid, but let's just say there's a manufacturer's list and you buy it. If you buy it and you end up finding a very good manufacturer, you're saving so much time, money, energy, and effort just for $30. This puts you ahead of everybody and every other clothing brand owner, because most of them are too scared to invest any money in anything, which is funny because these are the same guys that spend like $100 on fast food. So let's just say it takes 2 weeks to find a good manufacturer. So while all these other guys are spending 2 weeks trying to find a good manufacturer, you paid $30 and you found a good manufacturer just like that. Just like that, it's that easy. Just spend $30, not that hard. In a quick story time, I recently had a consulting meeting with one of my members, and I told her that I genuinely respect everybody in my academy, because if an academy like this was around when I started my clothing brand, which it obviously wasn't, but if it was, I'd be too much of a pussy to invest $50 a month. And I told her that, and she was laughing and giggling. And I started my clothing brand like a year ago, so a year ago back then is different than me now. But for example, if I wanted to start drop shipping today and there was an academy just like mine with the same concept and same resources, and it's $50 a month, bro, I'd do that in a heartbeat. Like, you don't understand. And I'm pretty sure Steve Jobs said, if you want to become successful in anything very quickly, just find somebody that's already done it and literally just learn from them. It's the same concept. So this isn't just for a clothing brand. This could be for basketball, for drop shipping, whatever. But if you are too much of a pussy, that's completely fine. Like I said, if there was an academy like this back then, I was a pussy back then, so I probably wouldn't have joined. Another reason why it's so easy is because of the reason I just mentioned. Most people are too scared to invest any money. For a good portion of people who started their clothing brand, for some weird reason, I never understood this, but they always want to start with $0 and work their way up. But that is literally the dumbest thing that you can do. Most of you guys have money laying around, like you're not that broke. I don't know why people want to do this, but I think I can assume it's because, oh yeah, I started from $0 and now I make 100K a month, blah blah blah. Bro, this ain't the 1800s, bro. Like nowadays you need to invest money to keep up with the competition. Like this ain't no start off with a penny and trade for a house type shit. Like you gotta understand, while you're spending 3 months just trying to make $1,000 with your clothing brand, the other guy is spending 3 weeks working at McDonald's to make the same $1,000, and he's investing that into his business. So while you're spending 3 hours following and unfollowing people on Instagram to get followers, the other guy, he invests 50 bucks on Instagram ads and he gets way more followers than you, and he only spent like 5 minutes setting up the ad. And it's the same concept for mentorship, academy. Like, would you rather spend 40 hours a week gathering information and doing trial and error, because you know every time you try it's not gonna work because you don't know what you're doing, or just pay $50 a month for some academy that has a bunch of resources that I literally made from my journey? Like, you guys got to understand, like I've been through this for a very long time. I went through the hard route. Like I didn't have no viral video in the beginning, and now I have a bunch of followers and a bunch of customers. It's not like that. I spent so many months just even getting one sale. Like I went through the hardest route that you can go through as a clothing brand owner. So I've documented every single thing that I've done throughout the journey in my academy. But like I said earlier, it's totally up to you. You could still get a successful clothing brand without investing money. You could go the free route. But the point I'm trying to make is it's probably going to take 3 to 4 months just to set up your brand. But if you just invest $50 on my academy, or again, like any other academy or mentorship program, whatever. That is the end of the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I don't like talking about my academy a lot because it's self-PR and you guys don't like self-PR, and I have to satisfy you guys because you guys are watching my videos. But if you guys do want to join, I will leave a 10% off discount code in the description, and I'll see you guys in the next one.